Hello everybody. We're back to create a character for the Dark Eye. I'm Robert Adichie. I'm the social media manager for Ulysses English, and we're gonna get started here. So Monday, we started creating this character, and we're doing it using a couple of resources. We're using the Dark Eye core book, which you can get right now, pay what you want, on Drive Through RPG, or if you can afford to pay it, we definitely appreciate that. But if you can't, we understand that as well, and that's why we're offering it as pay what you want right now. So please go check that out. There's also several solo adventures. So if you can't get somewhere to play with people right now for obvious reasons, we want you to be able to play the Dark Eye. So you can check out the Vampire of Havana and the Conspiracy of Mages adventure. You can play both of those solo, and you don't even actually need the core book for those. It walks you through the rules, so they're great for learning. That's pretty much how I learned, and I'm still new at this. So we have the core rules, which is what we're using as a base, but we've also got the Optelec character generator, which you can get on Drive Through RPG, and that is for free as well. Or you can, again, donate if you'd like. And the Optelec is extremely helpful since this character creation system is like a point-based system. It's very helpful to have something that sort of automates the rules and the mathematics behind it all. So I definitely recommend that if you're going to create a character. All right, so let's get into it. We have here's the app. We made a character called the Twitcher, since we're on Twitch here running this, and so this is Optelec. It's pretty nice. Optelec is going to give you all of the rules. It's not gonna, it doesn't have any of the what people call the fluff. It doesn't have any of the background or much of the details of descriptions of things. It just has kind of game stats, and so that's all we need right now. Hello, self-destruct immediately. Welcome Rentier. Rentier asked earlier if they had missed the part one, and yes, if you're just joining us now and you missed part one, you can go to YouTube, and we've got it there. It's still on Twitch for another week or so, however long it stays on Twitch. But if you go to YouTube, it will stay there, so please go check that out, and I put that in the chat. Self-destruct says there's also another app called the Dark Aid, which should, in contrast to Optelec, allow you to add abilities, spells, etc., which are not yet implemented, though I haven't used them much. Oh, that's good to know. I've not seen that, so go check out the Dark Aid. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. And right now, this is also telling us that we're playing a human mid-realmer, a mercenary who's a skirmisher, and I don't know if that means we've spent 847 of our 1100 adventure points, or if we have those spent. I think we've spent that already. All right, so let's open here. Here we go. All right, and so looks like you can place an image here, an avatar, which is cool. Then you can put all of these details. We're kind of gonna leave this out right now because we're just sort of working through character creation. Maybe if I ever end up playing this character for a game, I will go ahead and add this in. But let's go to the next one. So we've done our attributes. That's already all done. We've done our advantages and disadvantages. Our advantages we took were ambidextrous and luck. Our disadvantages were superstition and a prejudice to heathens. And then we've got our abilities, which are basically our skills. We've also got combat techniques and special abilities. So we kind of stopped here last time because we were just at the hour mark, but also I wanted to make sure that we spent the right amount of time on this and didn't just kind of rush through things. So we still have 253 points left. Okay, so that's what it says right here, and here's our little breakdown. We've spent 75 out of 80 on advantages. We only spent 10 out of 80 on disadvantage, so we could go back and get more if we wanted to get some more points. We're humans, so we didn't spend any on race. We already did our attributes, our skills, and then, or no, our skills are sort of like the base skills. I guess it gives you kind of things you have to have. So one of the cool things about this Optelec is that it's showing us what skills are common or uncommon. So flying obviously is a skill that probably is not going to come in very often. And so it's an uncommon skill, which I like. I think makes it helpful. One other thing, if you look back over here to the book, it says skills. So every hero needs good command of body control, empathy, and perception. Fast talk, streetwise, and survivor are also very useful. So there's a bunch of skills there that are, that we might want to take, even if we don't think about that we would necessarily be good at them, which I think we would be, maybe except for empathy, but it's still nice to know what other people are feeling. So that's why it suggests those, because they're often used. So let's switch back over to the app, and we're gonna just kind of go down. We're a mercenary, we're a skirmisher, we fight with 2 weapons, so we can kind of decide what we want here. So I'm just gonna kind of go through these slowly, and we'll decide if we want some of them. Let's see. Okay, so when we mouse over it, shows us what our skill roll would be. Okay, yeah, and the colors are just the colors for those. What our attribute rolls would be. So the colors are just the attribute colors. So in the Dark Eye, in case you're not familiar, each attribute kind of has a color, so that if you want to roll dice that have specific colors, they can match up to the attributes. So that's why this does that when you mouse over it. And someone had mentioned last time that we want to make sure that we are, if we want to have a quality level of something, to be able to have a quality level of success, then we need to have, what is it? Maybe someone can clarify this for me, like 3 or 7 points in a skill in order to do that. So let's go back over here to the book. It talks about making checks. So again, just in case you're not familiar, when you make a check against a skill, it goes against those attributes. So you're gonna roll 3 dice and you roll it against the attributes. These are some modifiers for checks. Quality level. So here it is. So for every 3 points that you have in a skill, you can have a quality level. So if you have 0 to 3, it's going to be quality level 1. 4 to 6 is 2, and 7 to 9 is 3. So we have to have at least 4 and 7 in a skill, 4 or 7 in a skill, in order to get improved quality levels. And what that will do is it will let you either get more information or let you kind of do better on a skill check when you make the check. So this gives you some examples of quality levels with physical skills. Quality level of physical skills can shorten the time needed or improve your performance. With social skills, skill points are critical for winning the check. Quality level could also play a role in the interaction, letting the character achieve more than was originally planned. Nature skills, high quality levels with nature skills can grant the hero more information about animals and plants, allow discovery of a more secure campsite, or speed up a search. Self-destruct immediately says obtaining contracts is a vital part of being a mercenary, so it would argue that a high value in empathy is justifiable. That's a good point. Quality level with knowledge skills. For knowledge skills, quality level usually indicates a level of detailed recalled or learned by a hero. Low quality provides basic information. Higher QL adds additional information that might prove useful. And so basically, as you can see, it just sort of adds to what we have. And so in order to reach those quality levels, we need either at least 4 or 7 skill points in a skill. And it's not even guaranteed, because if you roll above your skill check, above your attribute for a specific attribute that goes with the skill, then you have to spend skill points. And so the way you get quality levels, if say I roll really low on all of my skills, then or all my attribute rolls, and then I get to save the skill points that I would have spent to make those rolls successes if they were fails initially. And so when I do that, then I get higher quality level of success. So 4 or 7 is really our magic numbers right now. So let's go back over to the app. Carousing, that's probably depending on the details. So it's you can use it to resist drug confusion, resist intoxication, and resist drug pain. That's probably a pretty good ability to have for a mercenary. You can stomach more than usual. I kind of like that. So right now I've got 5 in it, so I'm good at carousing anyways, because you get that probably for mercenary, I would imagine. So climbing, dancing, feat of strength, we got a few points there already. Gakele. Someone's gonna have to show me how to pronounce that one. Gakele. I don't know. I'll have to look that one up. But this is like juggling and things like that. It's kind of a cool. We were talking about it last time. I really like that skill. Perception. I mean, perception is always useful. That was one of the skills that it suggested. So let's just add a couple of self-destruct immediately. It says Gaukeli or Gaukelai. Perception. So let's add a few of those. I would say let's add at least 3. Pickpocket, riding. We've already got a couple riding. We might as well add 1 more just so we have 3 there. Self-control. Was body control up here? Oh, it was up here. I already had 3. So we need 4 though, right? We said we need 4 in order to be good at something. It was 4. Is that right? Let me go back and look. Yeah, 4 and 7. All right. Self-control, singing, stealth. Yeah, that's usually pretty good. Gaukelai. All right. I'm learning. All right. Swimming, disguise, empathy. We said we had 2. Let's bump that up to a couple. Etiquette, fast talk. That's probably pretty good. Fast talk, intimidation. If we want to be kind of mean, persuasion, seduction. All of these are usually good. Streetwise, I like. Willpower. What is willpower used for? Applications. Face threats, resist fast talk, resist intimidation, resist persuasion, resist seduction. So yeah, I mean, I feel like that's something that's always good to have. So what else do we have? Is this all we have to spend our points on? The skills and combat techniques and special abilities? I think that's what we're looking at. So over here, let me go back to the main again, and I'm going to switch back to another set of rules, and let's look at how we're creating this character. So there are 15 steps, and we are, I think we're here, right? Improve abilities. I think that's what skills are called. Let's look at number 8. Is that right? We were here. Yeah, 8. No. That's chapter 8. Step 8 is improve abilities. Let's go look to see what specifically that includes. Five, 6. Let's see, we're getting there. 7 advantages and disadvantages. We already did that. Lots of advantages and disadvantages. Oh, maybe we passed it already. Improve abilities. So in this step, you activate or improve your hero's skills. Yeah, so that's where we're at right now. Abilities. All right, so let's get back over here. And we got some willpower. I mean, I feel like we still could use some intimidation or persuasion. Probably persuasion is probably good for, for talking about, like you were talking about, self-destruct immediately, talking about contracts and things like that. Giving us persuasion. Here we're into lores, fishing lore, orienteering, orienting actually, and this is called plant lore, ropes. Ropes are usually pretty good. You gotta tie people up sometimes, tie things up. I think we should have a couple at least in that. Survival tracking. I mean, we're like a mercenary. I don't really see this character as like a very much of a wilderness person or tracker, so we'll keep that off of this one. Gambling, geography, history. So these are all more sort of knowledge checks or knowledge skills. We're pretty good at warfare. Religion, myths and legends. So I think that's probably pretty good for that stuff. We'll get into craft. What can we create? Some leather working, metal working. We want to be able to fix our weapons and armor. We might want to choose some of that. Here's some treat poison and disease. That could be nice. Treat wounds. That's probably, yeah, we got some treat wounds already. So that can be good for, obviously we're a warrior. We have to be able to treat ourselves and other people. Treat soul. I really like this this separation of healing kind of skills. It's interesting, and it allows for different kind of healers. You can have someone that's really good at poison, someone that's good at healing the soul or the body. It's interesting. Our mercenary could also have a hobby like fishing or knitting. That is true. Yeah. So let's I wonder what treating souls is like. What does that say? Suppress fear, suppress negative traits, suppress personality flaw. That's awesome. I wonder what that looks like in the game. Let's go. I'm interested to look at that. Let's go look for treat soul. See if we can find it easily here. As it searches. Oh, it's still searching. All right, here we go. Oh, maybe not. Oh, there we go. Page 211. Let me switch. Treat soul. A soul healer treats heroes who are deathly afraid of fire, suffer from nightmares, or have been traumatized by demons. A short conversation with a patient is enough to suppress a disadvantage. A soul healer can help a patient suppress an afraid of, a negative trait, or a personality flaw, and keep it suppressed for SP, for skill points, in minutes. Longer sessions of several hours duration can suppress disadvantages for quality level in hours. Cool. So it's, yeah, you kind of talk to someone. That's interesting. All right, let's go back to Optelec. And we go back and look for some of these. I like the idea of having like a fishing. Where was that up here? It gives them a little something to do. Maybe not a lot, but it gives them something. And maybe you can help me self-destruct immediately. What's the result of having no skill points, no skill rating? Does that mean you can't make a roll if you don't have a skill rating? Oh, it tells you what page in the core rules this is on too. That's nice. So what do you think? Does so this is basically psychotherapy, yeah. But if we don't have a rating, you can always make a roll. Okay. So we talked about like activating, but I assume that's for like more things like spells, right? Where if you don't have a value, then you can't do it, which would make sense. Nice if someone has a fear of heights and you need to talk them into climbing, for example. Yeah, that's cool. I like it. All right. Well, I think we're going to call it there for the regular skills. Unless anybody has any suggestions. Yeah, for spells and liturgies. That makes sense. Talking about having to activate a spell. So skills you can use at any time, even if you don't have a value in them. But spells and liturgies, then you need a value. All right. So now we have our combat techniques. And Looks like a lot of this, are individual weapons, our combat technique rating, which I think that's basically what we would, that's what we can spend points on. Also note there are applications and new applications which need to be bought. Where does that come into play? Belongings, that's equipment and stuff. Where are the applications and what are those? I don't see them right here. Well, let's get back here. So let's go back to the our core book, and we'll go back up to creating a hero. Self-destruct says heraldry, for example, is an application for etiquette. So we are here, 15 steps, and we did improve abilities, and then we go to do combat technique values, special abilities. I don't see anything on this for applications, but I suppose that's in there somewhere. Press the I button on etiquette, for example. All right, let's go look at that. So go back to skills, find etiquette, applications, fashion, manners, rumors, small talk. So how do those apply and how do they get purchased? I'm not seeing where we would do that here. Press the I button. Yeah, it just shows me. It shows me what they are, but I don't know how to get them. Is that special abilities? Nope, those are something else. So I'm not sure where that is right now. I guess we can look over here. We can just search for applications. Those in there are already available. Applications of advantages. I know that's not what I'm looking for. And disadvantages. Skill applications and uses. We define skills, applications, and uses are followed. Everyone has the one listed in applications. Oh, okay. So does that just mean like you can do those things with those skills? I'm not sure. Or is that just, so like we look at carousing, we can, so we can do those things. New applications have to be bought as special abilities. To activate additional ones, you need a special ability. So what are the additional ones? I'm not seeing those either. If they're here, wait, oh, so those are the special abilities over here. So we could go to add, and then they would be in here. Those listed as new applications. There's a few here, but it doesn't look like there's that many on the skill page. Let's get back out of here. Like I just see application. I don't really see like a new application. Let's go back and look at that etiquette, see if there's something else. Oh, new applications. There we go. Heraldry and family. Trees, poetry, serve and obey. And there's the regular applications. Okay, I see that. But I still don't see like where do you add that? There are no new ones for carousing, right? So where would you add that? Under special abilities? So if we go here, let's just for now, let's just give us some points, see if that does anything. We go to special abilities, add. I don't see anything in here. I am not sure. All right, so let's go back over here to see what we need. So every skill has applications. Oh, I wasn't on that sheet. There you go. Every skill has applications, which you can think of as sub-skills. Skill descriptions include examples of skill checks to let players and GMs know which application applies. This can be important, for example, when assigning the appropriate special ability, such as skill specialization skills. Oh, you need more points in etiquette. So is there an amount that unlocks them when you have them? So this looks like this is talking about it in terms of advantages and disadvantages. Heraldry needs etiquette 4. All right, let's go try to do that just to see if it pops up. Etiquette 4. There it is. Now it popped up. Okay. So where do you see that, though? I didn't see where does it say that heraldry needs etiquette 4? Oh, heroes can recognize coat of arms. Oh, prerequisites etiquette 4. Gotcha. So can I just see everything here? Yeah, that should show me everything, right? No, that's not showing me everything. That's just showing me what I can take. Oop, did I just knock that off? I didn't really want to do that. Let's go back. Undo that one. Optelec only shows things that you have requisites for. Gotcha. All right, so we were here. Let's go back and take that etiquette back. And get into combat techniques. So these are the ones we already have for the most part. Since we're kind of a warrior, we're going to have a lot of these. It looks like we're really good at crossbows, thrown weapons. Yeah, because I think we took that skirmisher kind of gave us a bunch of this. So I don't know. Do we, as sort of like a starting character, do you think we need to add more to that? Self-destruct says, for more information on skills and applications, a compendium is the right source, right? So that's a good point. So there is a compendium, and you can find that at, can you throw up a link, Self-destruct? See if that'll, I'm not sure. I think we have it set so other people can put links in here right now, but throw up a link to that compendium because it is useful. I have looked at it. It's got all of this information, basically, all the kind of core rules without the fluff. Thanks. Very useful. I've definitely browsed it. But back to my question, do you think we need to add more points in these, or are they good enough? I mean, bows, that's not very good, I guess. Is this our total? You know, so it gives us a modified attack. And the primary attribute says it's dexterity. And so this tells us what our parry and our attack would be. You think things are enough for now? All right. So let's go look at special abilities. And these are a bunch we can add. So we've got alertness already. We've got area knowledge, so we can pick an area. Catch blade. That's awesome. Blue Dragon says one armed, unarmed, and ranged combat would be good. Maybe a second armed. Let's see. Let's go back and look at that. Do we have unarmed? I don't even see unarmed in here. I mean, we have all of these, right? We have a good rating at all of these, but I don't see unarmed. How would we add that? Armed, unarmed, and range. Yeah, so we have armed and range, but I don't see an unarmed. That's a good point. That's not in here. These are just regular. So would that be like an advantage? No, that wouldn't make sense. Brawling. Was it there? Oh, brawling. And so we've got 10 in brawling already. You think we need higher than that to start off with? Yeah. I think we're probably good. All right, let's see. Again, so catch blade, I wanted to look that up. Add 1 to your passive parry bonus with parrying weapons. So combat reflexes, what does that do? That sounds good. Raise your initiative, I think, by 1 per level in the special ability. So it lets you get faster. That's nice. So yeah, self-destruct, just put the compendium in there. It's ulysses-us.com. Oh, that compendium. I thought you meant, sorry. I thought you meant the wiki. I thought you were talking about the wiki. But yes, the compendium. I was kind of trying to go to kind of do sort of a more basic character creation. But yes, there is a compendium that has a lot of great content for creating characters. I've glanced through it. Obviously, don't know a lot of what's in it. Cross block. To use daggers and fencing weapons to parry chain weapons, polearms, two-handed weapons. Nice. Defensive posturing is it improves your defense by 4 for the current combat round. You must announce defensive posture at the start of the combat round. Cannot take any other actions in that round. That's nice. Definitely useful. Improvising. So if you're good at improvising, ignore up to 2 points of skill check penalties. Double digits should be sufficient for combat, and your main combat skill on maximum for the experience level is a good stat. Okay, so you're saying to increase, so looking at, going back to combat skills, brawling, so Blue Dragon says double digits should be sufficient for combat, and your main combat skill on maximum. All right, so brawling is 10, crossbows are 12, swords are 10, thrown weapons are 12. So, like, we should increase, what's our maximum? So 12 is our max. All right. And then I think we're good. Thanks for the advice. So coming back over here, we were looking at combat reflexes. Let's go faster, defensive posture, improvising, skill check penalties arising from the use of shoddy tools and materials. Nice. Then we have feint. This sounds like something we would use. Attack with a penalty equal to the level of this special ability. If you hit, the opponent's defense suffers a penalty of 2 per level of this special ability. I like that. Let's use that. So this is going to cost us, as this is right here, 15, 20, and 25. We have to have level 1 agility, level 2 agility, feint 1. Oh, so we have to have agility of 13, which I think we do. Let's close out of this and look. I assume it would not let us do it if we didn't have it. Agility 13, yeah. So feint, let's go back here. So level 1 is agility of 13. Level 2 is agility 15. So we couldn't do level 2 right now until we up our agility. So let's go ahead and take level 1 right now. That sounds fun. All right, grapple. So that's some hand-to-hand. Improved attacks. What does that do? Heroes can use fate points to improve their attack results. I like that. Improve attributes. You can use fate points to improve a single die result. Actually, let's go. So we have, I took luck. I can't remember what that does right now. Let me go look it up. So luck, you raise your maximum number of fate points. So it's, since we have a bunch of fate points, we'll have more fate points, then we should use the fate point advantages or special abilities. Did we take the ambidextrous? We did take ambidextrous. Yeah. So let's go back to our fate. So these are good because we can use them. So I'm going to say, let's buy them. I like that. Iron Will, improved dodge. Improves your dodge by 1. To use a special ability, you can wear nothing heavier than normal clothes. Oof. I don't know about that. Iron Will. It could be worth it also to take dual wielding. Did I see that up here? Is that a advantage? I don't see it here. So we got languages, which we've already got. Leader, what's that do? This special ability grants you a new use of the skill Fast Talk, which you can use to assist companions during combat. Ooh, that's pretty cool. Did we take the Fast Talk skill? Let's go look at what we did for that. Skills, Fast Talk. So we did take it. If we're gonna have that, if we're gonna use that, it might be worth it to up this to a quality level. Let's try it. I think that sounds fun. So we'll take that. Come to special abilities. Look at our, what did I just call it? Leader. Here we go. Boom. All right. Dual wielding. What is, I mean, I would think dual wielding would make sense if that's what it's called in this. But I don't see an actual ability. What was combat reflexes? Oh yeah, it raises our initiative. I think, is that maybe an advantage? Let's just look. So we had ambidextrous. I don't see a dual wielding. Is it like 2-weapon fighting or something? Nope. 2-weapon combat, yeah. I don't see it here. And is this one of those things where it's just not going to show us if we don't have it? No, it's a special ability. Okay. So let's go back to abilities, special abilities, add 2-weapon combat. Yeah, there it is down there. All right. Well, we'll take a look at that. Let's just keep going down from here. So one-handed combat. Obviously, we wanted to kind of be a skirmisher, and we're ambidextrous, so let's not do that. Onslaught. Improve your attack stat by 2 for the current combat round. You cannot make any defense during that round. Onslaught must be announced at the start of the round. Onslaught cannot be used when prone. I like that one. You know, so it makes you kind of like a, you know, a heavy, you know, heavy hitter kind of fighter. Precise shot or throw. That could be useful since we have some range combat too. When making a range attack, you suffer a penalty of 2 per level in this special ability. If you hit, you increase your damage by 2 points per level in this special ability. Alright, I don't know about that. Precise thrust, your attack suffers a penalty of 2 per level in this special ability. So it's kind of the same thing as precise shot. You have some prerequisites, which I think we may make, but let's keep going. Quick draw. You need only a free action, not a regular action to draw a weapon. That's quite useful, but we'll hold off on that. Quick load. Time for reloading bows and readying thrown weapons is reduced by 1 action. And I know in this game, loading a crossbow takes like 8 actions, I think. So it takes a long time. Obviously, this is more for bows and whatnot, but just something to think about. Shield splitter. Attack your opponent's shield directly. That's kind of cool. We can specialize in a skill. You receive a skill rating bonus of 2 when making a check using the application. Heroes can specialize in a maximum of 3 applications per skill. So we could do fast talk. Nice. Subterfuge. Begging, hard sell, manipulation. Interesting. We'll have to kind of look at subterfuges, but I kind of like the idea of one of these. Let's just take sweet talk. That sounds fun. Suppress pain. That's probably useful. This special ability grants you a new use for the skill self-control. Stay conscious. When suffering the condition pain, a successful check using self-control stay conscious allows the hero to ignore 1 level of pain per quality level. The pain remains suppressed for the duration of the combat, but not more than 1 hour. That is awesome. Yeah. It's usually a good idea to only shoot your crossbow once, then draw a melee weapon. It says self-destruct. Yeah. I could definitely. I mean, you're not really gonna have time in a fight if it takes you 8 rounds. So yeah. Suppress pain. Wow, and that costs 20, but that is super valuable. I've already, you know, in the couple of times I've played, I've definitely seen that come into play. So let's grab that. All right, takedown, which I assume lets you knock someone down. Yep, that's pretty cool. Terrain knowledge, 2-weapon combat. We already talked about that. Oh, why can't I take it? Prerequisites, agility 13. Passive. Oh, because we have to select one of these. 1. There we go. Level 2 is 15. Yeah. So there we go. We got 69 points left. What's vigilance? A hero suffering from the state of surprise can spend 1 fate point to remove the state at once. That's kind of nice. Writing. You can choose a special ability, writing, for different areas: romance, novels, poetry, political pamphlets, crime stories, fairy tales, novels, or professional publications. I kind of like that. We have to choose what kind. I like that you have to choose what kind. Political pamphlets, professional publications. Professional publications. I like that, yeah. We're like a warfare, maybe like a war correspondent kind of. That's funny. Let's just take that. All right. So we've picked a lot of stuff here. We still have 67 points. So we can pick more things. Let's look over here. So we've got, let's just call it, let's just see what else we have to do here. Well, I can't believe it's 11:40 already. So let's keep going. Belongings. I would level up some skills more. Too many combat abilities can make combat complicated. That is, I could see that. Yeah, I could see that. So let's just check out our belongings real quick. We'll go back to skills if we need to. So do you get, how do we know how much money we have? There's melee weapons, combat techniques. Oh, it just shows you what combat techniques you have, so you know what to buy, basically. That's cool. Yeah, I like that. There's a bunch of different kinds of equipment. Solo. Sorry, my dog is kind of half growling at someone outside. So how do we know? I guess let's go to the book. Let's go look at our book. And all right, move on to the other one. All right, creating a hero. So we did our combat techniques, special abilities, kind of review our choices, calculate Derive Characteristics. I assume this does this automatically, and then buy equipment. On the mercenary professions page in the core rules is a list of equipment. Okay. Choose your starting age, give your hero a name. Yeah, so we have gone through, it looks like, most of the hard stuff other than choosing some equipment. So let us get back over here. And so if we go to our profession, if we go to our profession, where is that at? Rules based. No, that's kind of which rules we're using. Where is our actual profession? That's just our name, right? Yep. It says skirmisher, but I don't see where to get to that. Attributes, advantages in the PDF. Yeah, there was a point where it said it kind of had the eye and it had a bunch of stuff, so I thought it might have it there conveniently. But let's go back over, to the PDF. And we'll look at professions, mundane professions, and mercenary. So, special abilities, combat techniques, skills, advantages, suggested advantages, suggested disadvantage. Oh yeah, we've not increased life points. That's something that we could have done before as well. And suitable advantages, variants. Equipment and garb. Maybe it's above here. Equipment and garb. Mercenaries carry weapons appropriate to their company. They might use longswords, sabers, bows, crossbows, or two-handed swords. Armor varies as well. Some mercenary units do not wear armor. Others wear leather or plate armor, and others tend to wear cloth armor. There is no uniform or garb. All right. So that's just kind of, we're a warrior basically, so we can have any of that sort of stuff. But let's look over here. Let's look back over here to this section where it says buy equipment, step 13. Is that in here somewhere? No. Kind of feel like it's gonna be this way. Yeah, that was not really helpful. Yeah, you're a warrior. You have warrior things. There we go. Derive characteristics. So all of this stuff, I think is kind of already, is kind of already included. Obviously, we don't have any arcane energy. Life points. It says base life points from race plus 2 times con, plus or minus points from advantages. So I probably already did that. Here we go. Equipment. When you finish calculating your derived characteristics, determine your hero's starting wealth, which sets how much you have available to your hero. Every hero receives an initial starting wealth of 750 silver thalers, which may be then increased by the advantage rich or decreased by the disadvantage poor if your hero possesses one of those. You do not need to spend all of your money. So we have 750. Please note, not every weapon or armor suits every profession, and some may be forbidden. Yeah, so basically we've got 750 silver thaler. Let's see if that shows that for us anywhere. Belongings. Okay, so initial carrying, so we have 750. So I assume this DSHK is the German letters for that. What are the German words for the, what is it? Copper, silver, and then I forget what the other ones were. And there's bits too, so I don't know which one is which. Is this the 0S? Oh, it's down there. Initial wealth and carrying capacity. Oh no, I don't think that's what that's saying. Is that? I thought it was gonna show. I don't know what is what over here. Oh, you can create equipment. That's cool. What is D? It was isn't it? It's copper coins. Oh no, that's a different. I'm thinking of a different game. So let's look up equipment. Let's see what we need. Oh, it's Ducat, Silver Thaler, Heller, and Kreutzer in German. Yeah. So no, I guess that's right. It's Ducat, Silver Thaler, and something else. I don't know. I'd have to look it up. Let's go find it. Let's see if it is listed here. No, this is just all more details. Yeah, it's a cool image. Let's see. We'll look over here. I think it's in the equipment chapter. Yeah, that's what I'm looking at right now. Skills, combat, magic. Where do we go? You see it. There you go. Equipment, chapter 14. So it is kind of the same. So it's Kreutzer's the basic. Kreutzer, Haller, Silver Thaler, Ducat. Okay, so it is the same. Kreutzer, Haller, Silver Thaler, Ducat. So Ducat is the most. And Silver Thaler, and Kreutzer. Ducat, Silver Thaler, and Kreutzer. Was it Haller or Thaler? Haller. Silver Thaler. So we have 750. All right. So let's go add some stuff. I don't think we're going to use shield, right? Because we just didn't really. We did the ambidextrous thing. So let's go and take a dagger. So is there a difference between like daggers and like what's the difference between daggers and knives? So it looks like daggers are d6 + 1. Their agility and they cost 45 silver dollars. Wow. Knives are d6 plus 1 also, agility, so it's the same. It looks like knives are not good at parrying, where daggers are. So that looks like the only... Oh, and the difference is price too. Wow. A knife is only 10 silver, but they're not good at parrying. They're actually bad at parrying. And daggers don't have a parry modified, but they're 45. The reach is short, obviously. Knives are half a pound. Daggers are 1 pound, so daggers way more. But it sounds like they... yeah, they don't have any weapon. They don't have advantages or disadvantages. So let's just get a dagger. Ooh, a dragon tooth, a heavy dagger, a knife, a mangosh. That might be good. So it gives you actually a pairing bonus, a +1. Pairing weapon, PA bonus, +1 for the main weapon. Weapon advantage, ignore normal, -2 penalty for deadly thrust. Weapon disadvantage, subtract 1 from the damage point roll for attacks against armor of at least Pro 6. Oh, so they have a lot of armor, it won't work. That's nice. But that's cool, I like that. Let's take one of those. What is a wakif? Looks like it's just a different kind of dagger. All right, so let's go through that. Fencing weapons, impact weapons, lances, polearms, shields, swords. Let's go for shields or swords. Doubt we want a barbarian sword. Maybe you guys can tell me, does the type of sword, I mean, obviously there's going to be some small differences, but it doesn't matter when we're fighting with 2 weapons. So it looks like, for example, yeah, there are illustrations. Yeah, actually, it's one of the things I liked about. Let's go look at those. I like the images of the weapons in this game. All right, let's go back to this. I think it was over here. Yep. We should be able to see some of that. There's the money right there. Different. There's kind of all of the weapons laid out, which is nice. Where are those images? There we go. There's some of the axes and polearms. There we go. Some mangosh and stuff. Yeah, I really like the way some of these look. Very cool. I like this kind of like long axe. I think that's like the dwarven one or whatever. Very cool. Yeah, these are great swords. Very cool. 17. The Great Slave Death. Great Slave Death. Very cool. All right. Yeah, so it actually might be a little bit easier to pick from here since we can see all the stats at one time. Combat technique swords. There's the cutlass. So there we go. This is what I'm looking for. So this is the price. They're a little pricey. But what this doesn't show is that obviously they're not able to print a bunch of stuff here. So I don't know if like a saber or a short sword, like which of these kind of would be better for single-handed weapons to use with our dual wielding. Blue Dragon says cultural differences. Most Tulimids use kunkomers, for example, but it's otherwise very similar to a sword in value, right? That makes sense. So saber looks like advantage when used in mounted combat. It gives you a bonus, so we're not really a mounted combat person. Longsword is just kind of your standard sword. P plus T. P plus T. What does that mean? What is P plus T? Anybody? P plus T. Agility and strength. 15. Seal killer. All right. Short sword. Go for 1d plus 4. Also, if you plan to wear armor, you should buy the inured to encumbrance special ability. Yes. Slash machete. So short sword, the wielder may combine the maneuver circumvent with the maneuver forceful blow. Disadvantage, suffer a -1 to parry versus two-handed impact weapons and two-handed swords. That makes sense. P plus T is for bonus damage. Gotcha. Oh, so if you have bonus damage, I mean, if you have that agility and strength 15. It does bonus damage. Interesting. I mean, I guess I don't know. Let's take a longsword and a short sword, and I think we'll call that good. We're not gonna take two-handed weapons. All right, and then I don't know if we didn't buy a bow, so we didn't melee. I assume there's a ranged weapons. Let's just do that real quick. Let's take a bow. So there's a composite bow, an elf bow, a long bow. I don't see how much does this cost. Didn't show us. Oh, there's bows right there. We already got the longbow. Doesn't matter. All right, ammunition. Buy some arrows. How many arrows did we buy? Oh, this is not automatically subtracting things. I thought it would. Ammunition, number of 1. Price is 0.4. So if we have 20, does it calculate it? Nope. T is for the threshold. I don't know what the P stands for. Talking about the P plus T bonus from the weapon. So looks like this does not automatically calculate, which seems odd given that everything else in this sheet calculates. Under the purse is a money spent area. Initial wealth, carrying capacity. Oh, okay. So it says 563 out of 750. Okay, right there. Gotcha. All right. What else do we need? Is there any? Do you guys know if there's any sort of just like bulk thing that you can buy? Like, I just want a backpack with all the regular stuff in it, kind of thing, or do I have to go buy every individual thing? Poisons, range combat, ropes and chains, stationary. I think you're not good with a bow. Should buy a crossbow instead. Why is that? I mean, if I have a bow, I can shoot it more than once around. I mean, more than once a combat, right? Crossbow, you can only shoot once a combat. And bow, granted, bow, from the way I've seen this game work, you know, you're probably only going to get one as well. Maybe 2 shots. Unless you have the fast load or whatever, right? There are packets in the PDF, but Optelec doesn't have them. Okay. Well, that's good to know. But I think we're kind of running out of our time here. But I would, you know, this character is mostly done, you know, it's probably not that exciting for people to watch me shop for equipment and whatnot. But it's interesting to kind of look through and see what the different bonuses are for weapons. I think that's valuable. So I think we're going to call it here. Thank you, Self-Destruct and Blue Dragon, for helping me out today, walking me through some of these abilities. As you said, we should probably get the Inured to Encumbrance special ability. That makes sense if we're going to have armor, which I did not buy armor yet. So, oh, you're saying my combat skill for the bow is lower. Yeah, that's a good point. You know, this character is definitely not optimized. I was kind of just mostly going through the you know, different things just to kind of see what's there. So that's definitely a good point, and I appreciate that. So I think we're done with this character now. I think next time, either I'll start another character, or maybe I'll start making a Torg character on Friday. I'm not sure. But I really appreciate you guys helping me out. So please, if you enjoyed this, please subscribe, please follow, please like, depending on where you're looking at this, and help us out. We're really trying to grow our the Ulysses Twitch and YouTube channels. So please like, follow, and subscribe there. Share this with your friends, people that want to know how to make a character. Share this in my previous video where we kind of went through the basics. I might make another character as well. I will soon, just to sort of, now that I kind of know what I'm doing, maybe I could get through like one character in an hour rather than taking 2 hours to make a character. So again, I appreciate you all helping me out, and we'll see you around. Come back Friday for another character generation session. Not sure if I'm going to do the Dark Eye, or if I jump into Torg. All right, talk to you then.